Club Atlético Boca Juniors is an Argentine sports club based in the La Boca neighborhood of Buenos Aires. Although many activities are hosted by the club, Boca Juniors is mostly known for its professional football team which, since it was promoted in 1913, has always played in the Argentine Primera Division and has remained the most successful club in South American football for the last few decades. Boca Juniors is the most successful team of Argentina, having won 65 official titles to date. National titles won by Boca Juniors include 31 Primera Division championships and 12 domestic cups. Boca Juniors also owns an honorary title awarded by the Argentine Football Association because of the successful tour on Europe. In 1925, internationally, the team has won a total of 22 international titles, with 18 recognized by being one of the top 5 clubs with most international cups, FIFA and CONMEBOL. According to that, Boca is ranked second in the world for number of international titles won, together with AC Milan and Real Madrid CF, and behind Al Ahly SC with 20 titles. Boca Juniors' international achievements also include Thai Cup, Copa de Honor Cozinera and Copa Escobar Girona, organized by Argentine and Uruguayan associations together. Boca Juniors is also one of only 8 teams to have won CONMEBOL's treble. Their success usually has Boca ranked among the IFFHS's Club World Ranking Top 25, which they have reached the top position 6 times. Boca was also named by the IFFHS as the top South American club of the first decade of the 21st century. Boca Juniors is also known to be the most popular football club in Argentina, due to its fan base being composed of approximately 40% of the total population of the country. Boca has always had a fierce rivalry with River Plate, due to both clubs were established in La Boca. Matches between them are known as the Superclásico, and are one of the most heated rivalries in Argentina and the world, as both clubs are the 2 most popular in the country. Boca's home stadium is Estadio Alberto J. Armando, which is colloquially known as La Bombonera. The youth academy has produced many Argentine internationals such as Oscar Ruggeri, Sebastian Battaglia, Nicolas Bedisso, Carlos Tevez, Ever Banega, and Fernando Gago, who have played or are playing for top European clubs. In addition to football, Boca Juniors also has professional basketball and volleyball teams. Other activities held in the club are athletics, futsal, artistic and rhythmic gymnastics, martial arts, swimming, weightlifting and wrestling. History. On 3 April 1905, a group of Italian boys met in order to find a club. The house where the meeting was arranged was Esteban Bagliato's, and the other 4 people who attended were Alfredo Scarpati, Santiago Sanna and brothers Juan and Teodoro Ferenga. In 1913, Boca obtained the promotion to Primera Division that the team had wanted for many years. This was possible when the Asociación Argentina de Fútbol decided to increase the number of teams in the league from 6 to 15. In 1925, Boca made its first trip to Europe to play in Spain, Germany and France. The squad played a total of 19 games, winning 15 of them. For that reason Boca was declared Campeón de Honor for the 1925 season by the association. During successive years, Boca consolidated as one of the most popular teams of Argentina, with a huge number of fans not only in Argentina but worldwide. The club is one of the most successful teams in Argentine football, having won 31 Primera Division titles, second only to River Plate with 36. In South American and international club football, Boca Juniors have won 18 titles, the same as AC Milan, although Boca also won 4 international official titles in the 1963 Copa Libertadores. Carried for the first time since 1913, 2 white stripes were added to the jersey. Designed exclusively for the 1998 Copa Mercosur. Designed exclusively for the 2000 and 2001 editions of Copa Mercosur. Inspired on the 1907-12 jersey, it was worn just for 2 matches during the 2005 Torneo de Verano to commemorate the 100th anniversary of the club. Worn just for 2 matches v. River Plate in the 2010 Torneo de Verano to commemorate the 105th anniversary of the club. Designed for the 2012 Torneo de Verano, honoring the first kit of the club. Unlike the 2005 model, it was worn by the senior squad. Designed exclusively for the 2013 Torneo de Verano. This jersey caused a great controversy, being rejected by the fans. Therefore the introduction of this model was delayed until the last fixture when Boca played Gimnasia y Esgrima. Designed in a fluorescent yellow, it was launched as a quick replacement for the controversial pink jersey. Kit manufacturer and shirt sponsors badge. The club has had 5 different designs for its badge during its history, although its outline has remained unchanged through most of its history. In 1955, laurel leaves were added to celebrate the club's 50th anniversary, and the colors were changed to match those on the team's jersey. In 1970, 1 star was added to the badge for each title won domestically and internationally. A new star is added to the corresponding section whenever Boca wins a title, currently standing at 52. 1920, 1955, 1960, 1970, 1995 present. Stadium. Boca Juniors used several locations before settling on their current ground on Branson. Boca Juniors then used 3 grounds in the Isla de Marqui area between 1908 and 1912. In the first year in the Primera Division, the club hadn't an owned stadium and played the home games in the pitches of the other teams, likely in Estudiantes de Buenos Aires and Palermo, but also in Avellaneda. Between 1914 and 1915, the club moved away from La Boca for the second time in its history, moving to Wild in the Avellaneda Partido of the Greater Buenos Aires, but a relatively poor season and poor attendances in 1915 forced the club to move back to La Boca. On the 25th of May 1916, Boca Juniors opened its new stadium at the intersection of Ministro Brin and Senguel streets, playing there until 1924 when the club moved to its current location on Branson and Cal del Crucero streets. Building of Boca Juniors' current stadium began in 1938, under the supervision of engineer José L. Del Pini. Boca played its home matches in the Ferro Carril Oeste ground in Caballito until it was completed in May 25, 1940. A third level was added in 1953, originating then its nickname La Bombonera. The stand opposite the Casa Amarilla railway platforms remained mostly undeveloped until 1996, when it was upgraded with new balconies and quite expensive VIP boxes. 3 sides of the Bombonera are thus made up of traditional sloping stadium stands, but the 4th side was built vertically, with several seating areas stacked one on top of the other, the only way that makes it stand into the club premises. La Bombonera is renowned for vibrating when fans start to jump in rhythm. In particular, the unique vertical side will sway slightly, leading to the phrase, La Bombonera no tiembla. La Bombonera currently has a capacity of around 49,000. The club's popularity makes tickets hard to come by, especially for the Superclásico game against River Plate. There are further improvements planned for the stadium, including measures to ease crowd congestion, use of new technology and improved corporate facilities. List of stadiums used by the club, all of them placed in La Boca with the exception of Wild, located in Avellaneda Partido. Boca Juniors also used the Estudiantes de Buenos Aires and Ferro Carril Oeste Stadium as temporary venues. Darsena Sud, 1905-07. Isla de Marqui, 1908-12. Wild, 1914-15. Ministro Brin and Senguel. 1916–24. Branson and Del Valle Iber Lucia. 1924–38. Alberto J. Amando. 1940–present. Supporters. Boca Juniors is traditionally regarded as the club of Argentina's working class. In contrast with the supposedly more upper-class base of crosstown arch-rival club Atlético River Plate, Boca Juniors claims to be the club of half+1 of Argentina's population, but a 2006 survey placed its following at 40%. Still the largest share. They have the highest number of fans, as judged by percentage in their country. The Boca River Superclásico rivalry is one of the most thrilling derbies in the world. Out of their 338 previous meetings, Boca have won 126, River have won 107, and there have been 105 draws. After each match, street signs cover Buenos Aires at fans' own expense, ribbing the losing side with humorous posters. This has become part of Buenos Aires culture ever since a Boca winning streak in the 1990s. In 1975, a film was made about the life of Mary Isha Dufour, known as La Ralito, a well-known Boca Juniors fan. She died at the age of 74 on 30 April 2008, the same day Boca Juniors played a Copa Libertadores match against Brazilian club Cruzeiro Esporte Clube, with the players and fans observing a minute's silence in her memory. Nicknames. Boca fans are known as Los Zenizes after the Genoese immigrants who founded the team and lived in La Boca in the early 20th century. Many rival fans in Argentina refer to the Boca Juniors fans as Los Bosteros, originating from the horse manure used in the brick factory which occupied the ground where La Bombonera stands. Originally an insult used by rivals, Boca fans are now proud of it. Reflecting the team's colors, Boca shirt is also called La Raíz or Guayaro. There is also a society which dedicates all of its activities to supporting the team known as La Número 12 or La Dos. La Dos is a criminal organization similar to other Barra Brava gangs associated with football clubs in Argentina. Illegal activities by La Dos include assault, drug sales and trafficking, extortion, and murder. La Dos finances its activities by selling parking, reselling club tickets as well as extorting commission from the sale of players. La Dos also extorts Boca Juniors for transportation to domestic and international events as well as their means of financing their activities. If their demands are not met, they threaten violence at home matches or to take down club officials. The naming of La 12, by which Boca Juniors fans became known, dates back to the year 1925, during the European tour they made that year. At that time, the team was accompanied by a Boca fan called Victoriano Caffarina, who belonged to a wealthy family and funded part of the tour. During that tour, he helped the team in everything, establishing a strong relationship with the players, so they named him the Player No. 12. When they returned to Argentina, Caffarina was as well known as the players themselves. Nowadays, this nickname is used primarily to name their group of supporters, known as La 12. International penas exist in a number of Argentine cities and abroad in countries such as Russia, Ukraine, Spain, Israel and Japan. Boca Juniors are particularly popular in Japan because of the club's success in recent years at the Intercontinental Cup held in Japan. All over the world, fans are drawn to Boca by the club's international titles, and by the success of Boca players who went on to play in European football such as Hugo Ibarra, Rodolfo Arruabarrena, Diego Cagna, Enzo Ferrero, Roberto Abondanzieri, Nicolas Bedisso, Fernando Gago, Diego Maradona, Claudio Caniggia, Gabriel Batistuta, Juan Roman Riquelme and Carlos Tevez. Boca have fans throughout Latin America and also in parts of the United States where there has been Latin immigration and where in July 2007, after the club had toured pre-season, it was reported that the club were considering the possibility of creating a Boca Juniors USA team to compete in Major League Soccer with New York City, Miami, Los Angeles and Arizona mentioned as possible locations. Rivalries. Boca Juniors has had a long-standing rivalry with River Plate. The Superclásico is known worldwide as one of world football's fiercest and most important rivalries. It is particularly noted for the passion of the fans. The stands of both teams feature fireworks, colored confetti, flags and rolls of paper. Both sets of supporters sing passionate songs against their rivals, and the stadiums are known to bounce with the simultaneous jumping of the fans. Sometimes the games have been known to end in riots between the hardest supporters of both sides or against the police. The English newspaper The Observer put the Superclásico at the top of their list of 50 sporting things you must do before you die. The two clubs both have origins in the poor riverside area of Buenos Aires known as La Boca. River however moved to the more affluent district of Núñez in the north of the city in 1923. Boca Juniors and River Plate have played 338 games all-time against each other, with Boca winning 126, River winning 107 and 105 draws. In the First Division professional era, the two clubs have played 198 games with Boca winning 72, River 66 and 60 draws. This intense rivalry has not stopped players from playing for both clubs, most notably José Manuel Marino, Hugo Orlando Gatti, Alberto Tarantini, Oscar Ruggeri, Julio Olatakochi, Carlos Tapia, Gabriel Batistuta and Claudio Canija. Players. Current squad note. Flags indicate national team as has been defined under FIFA eligibility rules. Players may hold more than one non-FIFA nationality. Current squad of Boca Juniors as of November 8, 2015. Sources. Official website and Argentine soccer manager, Rodolfo Arruabarrena out on loan. Note. Flags indicate national team as defined under FIFA eligibility rules. Players may hold more than one non-FIFA nationality. Reserves and Academy. For the reserve and academy squads, see Boca Juniors reserves and academy records. Top 10 scorers of all time last updated on the 18th of August 2013. Top 10 all-time scorers at historiadeboca.com.ar. Top 10 most appearances of all time last updated on the 29th of September 2013. Top 10 most appearances of all time at historiadeboca.com.ar. Notable players. This section lists players who have appeared in at least 100 matches or scored at least 35 goals for the club. 1905 to 31, 1930s, 1970s, 1970s, 1990s, 1990s, 2000s, 2000s players. Gallery. Pedro Calamino scored 97 goals during his career. Ramon Mutis played for Boca between 1923 and 1932. Americo Tesori played also for Argentina in the 1920s. Ludovico Bidoglio made 209 appearances and played 10 years for the club. Roberto Cerro is the second all-time top scorer with 213 goals in 292 matches. Francisco Varallo, the third all-time top scorer with 181 goals. Delfin Benitez Cáceres scored 162 goals in 8 years playing for the Zenais. Natalio Pescia played 347 matches in 14 years at the club. Ernesto Lazzati played 379 games for Boca Juniors. Carlos Sosa played 294 matches in the 1940s. Antonio Raton in 15 years with Boca Juniors played 352 matches. Angel Rojas played from 1963 to 1971, becoming one of the greatest idols. Antonio Roma played 12 years for the club with 313 appearances. Silvio Mussolini played 387 games from 1960 to 1972. Hugo Gatti is the second all-time most-capped player. Diego Maradona finished his professional career with Boca Juniors in 1997. Roman Riquelme has won 11 official titles with the team. Martin Palermo is the all-time top scorer with 236 goals in 404 matches. Sebastian Battaglia, the most winning player with 18 titles. Coaches. Boca's two most successful coaches were Juan Carlos Lorenzo and Carlos Bianchi. Toto Lorenzo won 5 titles with the team, including the Copa Libertadores in 1977 and 1978, the Intercontinental Cup in 1977, and the Metropolitano and Nacional in 1976. Bianchi won 9 titles, including Aperturas in 1998, 2000 and 2003, the 1999 Clausura, the Copa Libertadores in 2000, 2001 and 2003, and the Intercontinental Cup in 2000 and 2003. On the 22nd of August 2006, it was announced that Ricardo Lavolpe would take over as coach on the 15th of September, replacing Alfio Basile, who had been selected to manage Argentina national football team. Lavolpe failed to continue Basile's chain of success, losing the 2006 Apertura Championship in spite of a 4-points advantage with only 2 rounds to go. Miguel Angel Russo was hired as Lavolpe's replacement. Boca was second to San Lorenzo in the 2007 Clausura, but went on to win the Copa Libertadores that same year with a 5-0 overall rout of Brazilian Grêmio. Carlos Ischia was hired after Miguel Angel Russo left to be San Lorenzo de Almagro's coach. Julio C. Acute Sar Falcioni led the team to the 2011 Apertura Championship, which Boca won unbeaten. Under the coaching of Falcioni, Boca also won the 2011-12 Copa Argentina.